It's feeding time right now, but I just wanted to introduce you to everybody. Okay, this is Buddha. Boo Boo's like the leader of the pack. My kids named them when I got them as kittens. We thought they were boys. So this is Buddha. We now call her Boo because she's not a boy. She's a Boo baby. And this is Simba. Again, she's a girl, but we thought she was a boy. Simony, say hello. So I call her Simmy. This is the latest member of the family. This is Oliver. Oliver was abandoned. And my youngest son, Nicholas, could not leave him behind, right? Oh, so he's the only boy of the bunch. Hi, Oliver. Hi, buddy boy. He's like, yeah, just feed me. Here comes Maggie May. Maggie's a miniature schnauzer. There's the star of the show. Hi, Pepper. Pepper, you ready to eat, baby girl? Are you ready to eat, baby girl? My oldest son, when we first got Pepper, she was she could fit in the palm of my hand. And her face, if you can see it in the pictures that I've posted and stuff, she's so dark. And when she was a kitten, you really couldn't see her face. So we called her Pepper. She's a Tory cat. Oliver is, I don't know what he's considered. Silver, maybe? He's kind of gray. I can't remember what they said at the vet when I had him fixed. These are my girls. They eat on the counter because this one will eat their food if left behind. Now, Pep, if you haven't noticed, has a bit of a weight problem, so she doesn't jump up on the counter anymore. And that's my little Bam. I didn't used to like little dogs until she stole my heart. She was also a rescue. So anyway, my oldest son, when I first got Pep and then when I first got the girls, I got them because my younger sons were going through something extremely traumatic, and I'll talk about that later, probably through the life coaching series. But I first got Simmy and Boo, and we got them as kittens. And then Bobby, my middle son, about a year later, brought home this little kitten in his pocket, who we know and love as Pepper. So my oldest son, at the time, when we first got the two initial girls, he was deadly allergic to cats. He was like, Mom, what are you trying to do? Kill me? And the more I tried to keep the kittens away from him, the more the kittens wanted to be with him. So lo and behold, as God would have it, he developed an immunity. He still will sneeze and stuff if you hold him too much, but he definitely, not like before. When we first got him, I thought for sure I was going to have to do something because, I thought he was going to end up seriously ill. But I was torn, honestly. Of course, I didn't want my son to be ill, but those kittens, I just adored them, and so did the younger boys. So guess what? Josh became so attached to especially Boo Boo. I'll show you Boo Boo. Got to be the most docile, most gentle cat in history. At one point in time, she actually was gone for 5 weeks, couldn't find her. Turns out she was stuck in the eave of a house. I don't know how she survived it. Thank God she survived it, though. She was skin and bones. You could see every part of her spine and her rib. Oh, it was awful. But anyway, okay, so my oldest son, just to make this real quick, I know I'm so long-winded, gave each cat, each animal, each dog, each cat has their own unique personality. Any animal lover knows this. And I used to be more of a dog lover. I've always loved cats, but I didn't have that many. The ones I did have, I loved, but I always liked, the bigger dogs, not big, although I do love big dogs, but I always had labs or that size of dog. So Bambi, my little one that I showed you, she was being mistreated. And my boyfriend at the time asked if he could bring her home, and I was like, no, thinking a little dog. But she was just a baby too. She was barely old enough. She wasn't even old enough to be away from her mother. The breeder was horrific. Tried to get us arrested for it was just a mess. But anyway, she was being abused. We brought her home. Turns out boyfriend's no longer here. I got the dog. She turned me on to little dogs. I love her to death now. Okay, so she's my bud. She stays with me wherever I go. But my oldest son, realizing the uniqueness of each animal. And he's got such an imagination, and he's so creative, and he created these backstories for each animal. Totally purely fantasy, obviously. Like, he had Pepper come over from Cuba. He said that she came over on a raft from Cuba. That's why originally we called her Peppermintes. I know it sounds crazy, but you should hear these stories he has. I mean, one day I'll go through the whole back story of Pepper. Now, some of it is adult only, so I told him tone it down and make a children's book. And the girls each have their own, Bo and Sem each have their own backstory. They each have their own personality. He had a voice for each of them. And we would literally, the whole family, communicate with the animals in those voices, with those personalities, as if it was real. Honestly, these cats must think these people, our humans, are crazy. But they love us to death and they feed us a lot, so that's okay. We don't quite have a backstory on Oliver because... or really Maggie, because Maggie was here before Josh left to get married. He went to Ohio and got married. But he didn't really connect with Maggie before he left because it wasn't that long. And he has never met Oliver. So we're going to have to come up with our own backstory. But welcome to the Adventures of Pepper. That's the English version. But it's actually the Adventures of Peppermintes and Bora and Simba too. And Oliver and Baby and Maggie. And just follow us along this journey. Pepper has a love for the homeless animals. Like her mother, I do a lot of charity work with the homeless, with people who are victims of domestic violence, rape, any kind of sex crime, missing persons, human trafficking, adult survivors of sexual abuse and of narcissistic personality disorder parents, or BPD parents, or I deal with this, and I also, my specialty is grief and how to deal with loss. But I have a love for helping those that society is kind of shunned because of these things. And believe me, it's tough. We all carry our soul wounds. But you know what? My second love, well, third, I should say, God first, then and I have my love of my family, but my charity, I guess. So my second charity love is the animals. And anybody that knows me knows that I would have, if I could, I'd take them all in, including, the wild ones too. So we're putting together this page and this channel to hopefully, it's just going to be entertainment, but we're hoping to be able to maybe help some homeless animals and some animals. You know how you see those shows where they rescue them and make them all better? Well, we're going to try to contribute to that through this. So I hope you enjoy meeting Pep and all of our family. I'm going to try to focus more on the animals than the people, but the people might be involved sometimes too. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Take care. And please subscribe. Get a thumbs up. We love you guys. And you know my other channel, right? Passages of Light, New Hampshire. Subscribe to that too. Thumbs up. A lot of good life coaching, soul wounds, spiritual advancement. Really good stuff. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.